Hello everyone, welcome to Katharine's Creatures. This is a series where I get to talk a little bit about and touch base upon various mythological beasts, beings, and the like pulled from lore worldwide. And I always like to preface by saying that I am not a linguist, so if I mispronounce anything, I do apologize in advance, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen today. But before we get to that, I will do the layman's term for this entity, and that is Spearfinger. But Spearfinger, better or more originally named, and here I go again, I doubt I'm pronouncing this correctly, it would be the Utulnta. Essentially, the Spearfinger is this monster, almost like a monstrous witch-like entity from Cherokee legend, specifically from the eastern side of Tennessee and towards the western side of North Carolina in the United States. And the name kind of translates to the one with the pointed spear. And essentially Spearfinger is this female-looking entity that has the right finger or a finger on the right hand that resembles a spear or some kind of obsidian knife in some way. And she uses this particular spear to cut her victims. She actually almost always is depicted with a red stain to her lips because that is the blood from the livers from the victims she eats. Now, one of the other alternative names for her, and again, I do not think I'm pronouncing this correctly, I'll type them down below, is Nunyani. And that alternative name translates to stone dress. And that is because Spearfinger has stone-like skin, making pretty much her impenetrable and virtually invincible. So the fact that she is this predatory entity that is very hard to harm in any way. Now, she also has some interesting quirks, mainly because the fact that she likes to clutch the right hand tightly because she's protecting her heart, and her only weakness is described to being within that right hand palm of her hand. So those are kind of the weak points, and so she kind of always clutches that right hand, protecting the heart area and hiding the palm, which is, like I said, the weak point. Now, when she walks, because she has this stone-like skin, when she walks, it's supposed to sound like almost like this thunderous noise, and she's heavy enough that she can crush stones or any rocks that she steps upon. Her voice is big and booming and can kind of echo like the mountains. And because of all this, she's known to scare birds away. So one of the warning signs that Spearfinger is nearby, or that flocks of birds are fleeing the area because they are afraid. Now, she does have some favorite areas in particular that she likes to lurk and live. There's in the Tennessee, certain rivers like the Little Tennessee River and the Nantahala River, hopefully I pronounced that one correctly. She also is known to live in a particular mountain, which was called, I think it was Whiteside, I have to double check that, but, or a kind of mountain where her thunderous sounds are often heard. But in general, she just loves the mountains and the rivers, again, of that kind of eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina area. So just be wary if you're walking in those woods. Spearfinger may be out and about. She is also known to have the ability to shapeshift, and when she chooses to shapeshift, it's for specific reasons. She takes the form of family members of the children whom she's trying to hunt, essentially. They will be her future victims. So she can turn into the people that the children know, recognize, or familiar with. She also, the downside of shapeshifting, cannot transform back into her normal form as long as she's within sight of anybody. So she can transform one way, look like a human, but as long as she's within sight, she's kind of stuck in that form until she can kind of get out of the spotlight, so to speak. And one of the other forms she likes to take is, again, this harmless old lady approach, which is something that's kind of reminiscent in some of these kind of more predatory entity species all around the world. So this harmless old lady that children will feel comfortable around and that's again another way for her to get close to her chosen victims. Outside of that, one last thing I have to note about her is that in the mythos of the Cherokee legends, Spearfinger's kind of almost like rival and enemy is another character called Stone Man. And I may actually feature him at a later date, but I did want to acknowledge that she does have kind of this enemy rival entity within that particular storyline and the legends which she exists. Now, if you have any questions about this or anything else, please post them in the comments below or join me on any of my other social media. And until next time, everyone, Skål.